Still well, VoiceBox Opera and Concert continues to celebrate its Golden Jubilee season with Verdi's ERNANI on Sunday, February 25th at 2:30 p.m. at the St. Lawrence Center for the Arts. And with us to talk about it is Opera and Concert's General Director Guillermo Silva-Marin. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Excellent, thank you. How are you today?
All right. Okay. Good.
It's very exciting. I understand you're doing lighting at the moment.
A lighting plot for the performance on Sunday.
Fantastic.
Yes. So it seems kind of late, but it's not late. We do opera in concert, a single performance, and we move to the theater on Saturday for a dress rehearsal.
Nice.
And we're ready for that dress rehearsal. Let me tell you, the singers are just fantastic. The chorus, Robert Cooper.
Yes.
Wow.
I love Robert Cooper. He's fabulous.
Yes.
Yes. Now tell us, can you précis ERNANI for us?
Yeah.
Yes, well, it was perhaps Verdi's first big success.
Mm-hmm.
This was at La Fenice in 1844.
Mm-hmm.
The opera really resonates even beyond its time because one of the lead characters is Don Carlo.
Yes, I noticed that.
We kind of we'll sort of get confused a little bit about, Verdi 23 years later then writes another opera and puts the lead, not a baritone this time, but a tenor, and it happens to be the grandson of the Roman Emperor Carlo V. And so this guy in Ernani is Carlo V.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Oh boy, yes, that's how it all connects. We're in Spain at the beginning of the reigns of Isabella and Ferdinand and Juana la Loca, the queen that fell mad because she lost her husband, and of course Don Carlo is the son of them, and perhaps the first king in Spain.
Okay. Now, Bill, I just wonder, when you have something like this, which is not the most familiar of Verdi's operas, do you talk beforehand to set the scene for people?
We do a little bit backgrounder. We have here at the Edward Jackman Center, which is our premises, we have what we call opera salons, and we had about close to 100 people here for an introduction to Ernani, sort of a backgrounder.
Okay.
And we try our best to let people know. But of course, opera in concert is known for presenting rare, innovative programming. Opera is seldom, if ever, heard in Canada.
Sure.
Some of them actually Canadian premieres,
right.
But long ago, for instance, La Battaglia di Legnano, which follows Ernani on April the 7th, will be a Canadian premiere. Another Verdi that has basically been neglected because he wrote such wonderful masterpieces that standard repertoire guides practically every opera company in the world to present the best known, La Traviata, Rigoletto, and so forth.
Yes.
And so Ernani, our first opera was Giorno di Regno, King for a Day,
right.
and who knows of that one?
Not me.
Well, he was only king for a day, so, you know. Now, listen, Bill, yeah, go ahead, please.
We're celebrating 50 years. So Ari and Jean, we are legators. We have the legacy of having been around over 50 years. So let's not even talk about age.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly.
Verdi's scores always called for not only for great singers but for majestic orchestrations. And before we talk about the singers, because I'm sure you want to give us some highlights, how is opera and concert rising to the challenge? Because we really need to just praise what's going on there behind the scenes at the keyboard and in terms of that. Yeah.
Exactly. And so we have the phenomenal pianist Narmina Avandayeva. She's now really quite known in the spheres of music and coaching and preparing people for opera. So she's a phenomenal solo pianist as well. She had a career in Azerbaijan and came to Canada some years ago and has had a phenomenal reputation. So to listen to Narmina play on the piano, on the grand piano at the St. Lawrence Center for the Arts, it's a delight.
It's like an orchestra, right?
Oh yeah, she has the power. She has the insightful musical idiom of bel canto, and Verdi in this instance is young Verdi. So we're talking about someone that is just coming to realize that he has a different voice than Donizetti, Rossini, Bellini, and it's going on his own, and you hear that in Ernani. And so Narmina is able to bring out what, of course, we can't afford, just because the Jane Mao Theater is a small venue and cannot house a full orchestra. Plus, we can't afford it.
No, of course. And
so, in view of the fact that it's either you do and you don't do any of these operas, and you don't get to hear them, period, live, or you do them the way we do, which is minimalist and intimate and quite phenomenally satisfactory because of the beauty of the singing and the presentation of the music and the choral contribution by Robert Cooper and his chorus. And so it's worth coming to see an opera in concert because of that.
Yes, and from a singer's perspective, something I loved about Narmina that for our listeners that they might not know of, and the singers will also communicate that in their storytelling and in their singing, but Narmina has a tremendous calm about her. Do you remember that, Adi? She so that when you're performing, you just have this enormous trust and presence of Narmina, and she has such a lovely spirit that you are not. It's not a fearful thing to perform and tell the story, because you know she's there. You can trust that she's there, and so you are free to sing and tell the story without worrying about that.
Yeah, fantastic that you say that, because it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And the minute we start rehearsals with her, she's rather quiet about it. She listens to the singers, and then she, in a very not subtle, but in a very communicative way of her own, she convinces the singers that the way to do it is particularly this way or that way contribution. So it's always a collaboration.
Yes.
It's not, I'm the pianist, I'm the music director, you do it my way or not.
That's right. And you know what? She talks and she teaches and she guides with love.
Exactly, yes, absolutely true. So the singers have responded to her. We have a phenomenal quartet. You say Verdi, oh my God, let's stay away from Verdi if you don't have the singers. Right. We have the singers. Awesome. Canadian singers are phenomenal singers.
Yes, they are.
And so we've got the debut of Rocco Rupolo. He is going to be a phenomenal Ernani, but of course, everybody's going to clamor to have him do all the other operas. So we might get to see Ernani again, maybe for a couple of decades. I hear rumors that perhaps one of our companies in Canada is planning to look at it and perhaps produce it.
Let's hope so.
We're the first ones to do this.
Well, bravo.
So Rocco will lead as the title role, and then we've got Elvira, yet another Elvira in so many operas that have Elviras as their leading female characters. She's a heroine, really phenomenal. Her name is Andrea Nunez. She's going places.
Yes.
She has the voice for Elvira, and every soprano in the world wants to sing "Ernani en volami," that aria, and she does very, very well. Of course, we have Justin Welsh. He is Silva, the bad guy. My name gets a little bit in the background.
I noticed that.
And then we have also the debut of Alexander Hayek, and he is phenomenal.
He's fabulous. We've been looking at the list. It's a great undertaking, and it's something that people really should not miss also because, as you say, it is so rarely heard, and it deserves to be heard.
Absolutely, yes.
We've been speaking with VOICEBOX and Opera and Concerts General Director Guillermo Silva-Marin about their exciting production of Giuseppe Verdi's opera Ernani. It takes place this Sunday, February the 25th at 2:30 p.m. at the St. Lawrence Center for the Arts. To purchase tickets, you can do that a couple of ways. Ticketmaster.ca, or you can call the box office at 416-366-7723. And Bill, we have a little surprise. We dug in our library, Jean and I, and we found an aria, Infelice e tu credevi, from Ernani, with the great Cesare Siepi. So we're going to bid you adieu. Best of luck.
Yes, indeed. All the best,
Well,
Bill.
thank you for Classical 96.1. 96.1, is it? No.
96.3 FM.
But we won't hold that against you, Bill.
And Eugene and Ari, it's really delightful to talk to you about this prospect. And happy birthday to Opera and Concert's 50th anniversary.
Yes, absolutely.
Good luck, Bill. All the
Good luck.
best.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
Che mai vecchi